Good morning to all. I am Rajitha, working as an assistant professor of Artificial Intelligence Data Science Department in SNS College of Engineering. We're going to see about the professional ethics subject. Let's move on to the subtopic that is discrimination. In professional ethics is a critical issues that challenges the integrity and fairness of workplace environment across various industries. At its core, discrimination refers to the unjust or prejudiced treatment or individual based on attributes such as race, gender, sexual orientation, religion, disability, age, or other personal characteristic that are irrelevant to job performance or professional competency. In this context of professional ethics, discrimination is seen as a violation of principles such as fairness, equality, respect, and justice, which are fundamental to create inclusive and diverse work environment. Ethical is ethics in a professional setting or the standard of conduct and moral judgment that govern the behavior of individual within their respective field. Professional ethics are designed to promote fairness, respect for others, and accountability. They set out the expectation for how individuals should act in their roles and provide guidelines for handling complex situations that may involve competitive interest or moral dilemmas. When discrimination occurs in the workplace, it undermine the very foundation of professional ethics as it creates an unequal environment that restricts opportunity for certain individuals or group based on characteristics that should not influence their abilities to succeed professionally. There are various forms of discrimination that can manifest in professional environment. These include direct discrimination, where individuals are overly treated less favorably due to their personal characteristic, and indirect discrimination, where policies, practice, or procedure disproportionately disadvantages certain groups. In both cases, the result is an unethical environment that can lead to significant negative consequences, not just for the individuals affected, but for the organization as a whole. Discrimination can lead to diminished moral, lower protectivity, and a loss of trust in leadership. Furthermore, it can result in legal consequences as anti-discrimination laws such as the Civil Rights Act in the US explicitly prohibit discrimination in employment based on race, gender, age, disability, and other protected characteristics. One of the key ethical challenges in addressing discrimination in professional settings is the difficulty in identifying and confronting it. Discrimination is not always over. It can take subtle forms such as biased hearing practice, exclusion from important products or decision making process, or unequal access to professional development opportunities. Implicit biases, unconscious attitude, or stereotypes that affect one's understanding, actions, and decision can also play a significant role in perpetuating discrimination. Even in individuals who consciously support equality and fairness, addressing these hidden bias is a major ethical concern in model organization, as it requires individual to critically assess their own behavior and assumptions. Other confronting uncomfortable truth about ingrained prejudice. To effectively combat discrimination, organization must foster a culture of inclusion, equity, and respect. This requires a commitment from leadership to establish clear anti-discrimination policies, create an environment where all employees feel valued and respected, and implement training program aimed at raising awareness about discrimination, bias, and diversity. Organization must also ensure that these policies are not merely symbolic but are actively enforced through proper channels. For instance, employees should have access to confidential reporting mechanism if they believe they have experienced or witnessed discrimination, and there should be clear constant consequences for those who engage in discriminatory behavior. One of the ethical principles at stake in the issues of discrimination is fairness. Fairness in professional ethics means that all individuals should have equal access to opportunity based on their skills, qualification, and performance rather than being unfairly disadvantaged or privileged because of personal attributes. For example, in recruitment and hiring process, ethical practice dictate that decision should be based on a candidate's ability and qualification, not on their gender, authenticity, or other irrelevant factors. However, when discriminatory practice are in place, these principles are violated and individuals may find themselves either excluded from opportunities or unjustly promoted based on characteristic unrelated to their professional competence. Moreover, the principles of justice and professional ethics also demand that those who are victim of discrimination be provided with remedies and recourse. In addition to preventing discrimination from occurring, ethical standard require organization to address its consequences when it does take place. Victims of discrimination should have the right to seek redress, whether through internal grievance procedure or legal avenues. Justice require that the harm caused by discriminatory action by be acknowledged and rectified in a way that restore the dignity and rights of these affected. This can include compensatory measures such as monetary compensation on and corrective actions to remove discriminatory practice within the organization. Another important ethical concept in addressing discrimination is the idea of respect for person. This principle emphasizes the inherent worth and dignity of every individual. Discrimination undetermined this respect by reducing people to their personal characteristic rather than recognizing them as unique, competent professional with valuable contribution to make. When individuals are discriminated against, they often experience feeling of marginalization, isolation, and resentment. This is not only harms the individual affected but also damage the overall work culture as it creates divisions and reduces the sense of community within the organization. Respect for persons requires that all employees, regardless of their background, be treated with dignity and offered the same opportunity for growth and success. Conclusion: discrimination in professional ethics is a serious concern that affect not only the individuals who experience but also the overall integrity and success of organization. Ethical principles such as fairness, justice, respect, and accountability requires that discrimination be actively prevented and addressed in all professional environment. Creating inclusive and diverse workplace is not only a moral and legal obligation but also a strategic advantage as it leads to more innovative, protective, and harmless work environment. Addressing discrimination requires a comprehensive approach including clear policies, education and training, strong leadership, and a commitment to creating cultures of respect and fairness. Ultimately, the goal is to ensure that all individuals, regardless of the personal characteristic, have the opportunity to succeed and contribute to the collective success of the organization. Thank you.